Hello Suncoast Yogis, welcome back to another stay-at-home training session for you. Starting in standing with me today and just bringing your hands to your heart center into Anjani Asana, Anjali Mudra, and closing down your eyes. As always, we begin just by grounding and connecting into the earth through the feet. And I invite you to really feel the totality of the body. Maybe for the first time today, taking a breath that you are conscious of. And through this practice, through the power of our breathing, it becomes a way for tuning our attention inwards, to cultivate a feeling of calmness, a feeling of energized tranquility. And remembering that yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, back to the self. With your hands releasing and your eyes opening when you are ready, let's just bring the feet together, big toes touching, maybe heels are slightly apart. And take a deep, glorious breath in that really awakens the body. Let's interlace the fingers, press the palm to the sky, activate through the quads, through the pelvic floor, and through your glutes. As you take a gentle side bend to your left hand, energize the arms to feel more length coming into right side of the torso. And then when you are ready, releasing your left hand as you exaggerate the length through the right. Spinning the eye gaze down. Flooding breath into right side body. Taking one more deep audible breath. And on your next inhalation, allow the arms to rise back up, maybe even looking this time. But let's release the hands behind us. Interlacing the fingers. Grounding firmly through the feet and then opening through the chest as you reach the arms away. Expanding across the collarbones. Opening through the heart. As you take one more deep breath. On the inhalation, let's rise again. Interlacing the fingers a second time, exaggerating the length from floor to ceiling. Taking that side bend this time over to the right. Exaggerating length of arms. Before releasing right arm to right thigh. Spinning left palm down. Looking either to floor, to side, or to the palm of your hand. On your next inhalation, rise again. Circling the arms. How broad can you make the arms? As you interlace your fingers behind you a second time, finding the tuck of your tailbone, the lift of your heart, and then only if it feels good to your body, taking a slight back bend. One more breath to open through the heart, to open through the throat. Before releasing to neutral spine and bringing your hands to Samasthiti. Come and join me at the end of your mat. And when you are ready, taking the breath skywards again. Moving into our first forward fold. So let's release the knees and allow the head and the shoulders to completely relax. Please bend the knees as much as you need to find comfort and release in your lower back. Nod your head yes, and then shake your head no. But then coming back into agreement by nodding the head yes. Please bend your knees really deeply, spinal roll your way to standing, allowing the arms to rise, allowing the eye gaze to lift, and releasing home to your heart into Samasthiti. So let's begin our flow. Full breath in. On the exhalation, bend the knees as much as you need, forward folding. Please bring hands to shins or fingertips to floor, flat back extending. And on your exhalation, jumping or stepping back, let's lower the knees on the first round and just come halfway. On the inhalation, taking baby cobra. And on your exhalation, just taking a moment into child's pose. Spreading through the fingers as you bring your big toes together and knees wide. This is our place of rest. This is the place we come to anytime we find our breath becoming really jagged, really labored. Or this is simply the place we come when we just need a break. Taking one more full breath that really opens you, and releasing. We shift the weight forward, we tuck our toes, and let's move into our first down dog of the day. Feet hip distance, hands shoulder distance, spreading fingers, spreading toes, as we tuck the chin to look either between the feet, to your knees, or even to your navel center. Bend your knees as much as you need to really feel good in this posture. The lengthening of the legs can come much later in your practice. Let's take one more breath together. And then bending your knees, looking forward like you're on the starting blocks. We have the option of stepping forward or hopping if you're ready. The in-breath will then lift you and lengthen you as you dive in once more to your forward fold. Stamp your feet down, spread your wings, exaggerating the length from floor to ceiling, and releasing your hands home to Samasthiti. Inhale. On the exhalation, diving over your waterfall, crown of the head grows heavy. Breathe in, hands to shins or fingertips to floor, looking forward. Breathing out, stepping or hopping as you lower on knees or toes halfway through your chaturanga. For an option today, let's leave the toes tucked to really exaggerate the action of our legs, and releasing up and back to your downward facing dog. On your inhalation, right leg rises a little or a lot. The exhalation brings right knee to right elbow, pause. On your inhalation, send that leg high again. And coming across the line of the body, right knee to left elbow, pause. Inhale one last time, third time lucky. And stepping through all the way to the top between your hands. Ground your hands slightly forward and begin to play with the idea of lifting your left leg a little, or maybe a lot. Level the pelvis, your best kung fu foot, as you energize your left heel. Finding length from the crown of the head to the heel. Finding strength in the standing leg and your core. Taking one more full breath in. On the exhalation, bend your knee and just see how lightly you can land that back foot as we prepare for pyramid pose. Bend front knee as much as you need, or begin to really lengthen through that front leg. Take a breath in to invite more length into your spine. And on the exhalation, just surrendering as deeply as it feels really therapeutic to your body. How deeply can you breathe? It's a love-hate relationship, this posture, I know. There's one more breath remaining. On your inhalation, please lift your head, lift your heart, looking forward. On the exhalation, bending into your right knee, spinning your left heel, taking right hand to right thigh as you windmill your left arm up and around. So just coming into a modified Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, checking your front knee and your hip is aligned. Please check your knee is over your ankle, and pressing firmly into your right thigh. Check your back foot, pressing into the outer edge of your foot, feeling the strength and the straightness of your back leg. One more full breath, please. On your next inhalation, straighten without locking your right leg, tipping and sliding down into your version of Trikonasana. The hand can stay on the thigh, the shin, or maybe moving that little bit deeper. Please tuck your bottom hip under. Roll your top hip, roll your top shoulder back, stacking the thumb directly over top of your mouth as you stay and breathe. One more breath that expands and opens you in. And on your exhalation, just looking down, bending deeply into that knee. We rise, turn the toes in for a moment, just a silent yoga clap. Transferring the right hand down the line of the body, spin your toes outwards as you take a seat into goddess stance or horse stance. Variation 1, just stay really tall in the body, pressing the knees wide, encouraging them towards your pinky toe as you tuck your tailbone under. Variation 2, keeping the weight centered, take a side bend. Maybe you choose to come a little bit lower, taking shin, taking ankle, but then spinning the eye gaze skywards. One more full breath in. On the exhalation, sliding your right hand up if it's not already there. Standing tall, spin your toes in. Left hand landing right beneath the face. Bend your knees as much as you need. And bringing right hand to rest on your tailbone to feel that your sacrum is level. Variation 1, we're going to stay right here. Variation 2, spin the heart towards the side. And only if your shoulder approves, reaching to the ceiling. We can definitely keep the eyes to the floor, looking to the side, or maybe spinning the eye gaze to the ceiling. Wherever you are, flooding the breath in and feeling the strong connection to your feet, to your core. One more heart-opening breath to breathe in. And on your exhalation, let's take that right hand all the way through, thread it until it finds your left ankle. Once you arrive there, please feel free to keep the other hand on the ground, or maybe snuggling the other arm in. Cradle the head in the bicep, and then only if the neck allows, spinning to look towards ceiling over your left shoulder. Lots of sensation to enjoy. Let's take one more smooth, even breath in and out. On your next inhalation, simply pivot towards the other end of your mat. On the inhalation, slide to your high plank and pause. We'll walk the hands back and pause here just for a forward fold. Please take a ragdoll to begin with. So cradling the opposing elbow, letting the head just relax between the biceps. And if it feels good, invite just a gentle amount of movement. Taking one more movement each direction before coming into stillness. We'll ground the hands, we'll breathe and lift and lengthen through the spine, and then spin the toes out to come into Malasana. Remembering if Malasana is not really conducive for your knees, you can sit on your seat. Variation 1 will stay in prayer position. Variation 2, you're grounding into your left hand, reaching to ceiling with right. Keep encouraging the knees wide. If you feel like there's still room for more, we can take a half bind with the right arm coming behind. We can take a full bind with the left arm coming around as well. So just finding whatever variation works best for your body today. One more deep breath with whichever option you've chosen. And on your exhalation, let's reground the hands. Find more length into the legs, realign the toes, and your best walk forward to your plank position. Take a breath in together, and on your exhalation, either through your knees or toes, lower halfway. Remember to keep the toes tucked this time as we rise to up dog, releasing ourselves up and back into down dog. One deep breath in, and on your exhalation, bend your knees to prepare. Out folds us. We rise to standing, energize the legs, and feel the length from floor to fingertip. Releasing hands to your hearts, into Samasthiti. Inhale, how tall could you grow? On the exhalation, leading with the heart, your head is the last piece to bow. Show me the longest arms, legs, spines as you breathe in, and breathing out to step or hop as you lower halfway. Toes remain tucked. Energize the legs before releasing up and back into down dog. Left legs turn. On the inhalation, let it rise a little or a lot. On the exhalation, left knee, left elbow, pause. On the inhalation, rising. On the exhalation, bringing left knee to right elbow, pause. Third's the charm. Inhale to lift, stepping all the way through between your hands, and then shifting hands slightly forward, playing with the idea of taking the weight into your left leg. If it feels available, lifting a little bit more. Your best Bruce Lee back foot, so kung fu your back heel. Grow through the crown of the head, broaden through the collarbones. As you take one more deep breath in. On the exhalation, landing as quietly as we can, repositioning hands, preparing for pyramid pose. Variation 1, keep your head and heart lifted. Variation 2, bowing the chin towards the shin. Finding a sense of ease within the posture. Finding that fine balance between efforting and surrendering. There's one more deep breath, please. On your inhalation, re-invite length into the spine. On the exhalation, bend the knee, pivot the heel. Right hand to left thigh as we windmill the right arm up and over. Flag. Make your back leg straighter than it's ever been before. And then turning the eye gaze towards the future. The future is still filled with so much hope. Taking an eye gaze to the front, facing towards your future, and just knowing deeply within that our future is so full of hope. One more full deep breath in, and on your exhalation, just begin to tilt and tip and make your way into Trikonasana. Feel the feet stretching your mat apart, and then energetically really stretch the skin across your heart, spreading your wings from fingertip to fingertip, finding breath. One more deep breath in. On your exhalation, looking down, we rise to standing, taking that silent clap through the midline of the body. Left hand travels down the middle, finding your left thigh, energizing through the side body before taking that side bend. Encouraging the knees wide, knees to pinky toe, flooding the breath into right side body. Feeling the effort, but where could you find a sense of ease? One more deep breath in, And on the exhalation, slide the hand back to the thigh, positioning ourselves so our feet are slightly pigeon-toed as we ground into the right hand. Variation 1, bend your knees as much as you need. Variation 2, energize arms, legs as you spin the chest towards the side. And final option, to find the top arm expanding towards the ceiling. Feel the foundation of your feet. Energize your legs. Energize your core. And then take one more deep breath in. On the exhalation, right hand threading through. It searches for the right leg, maybe taking both legs, both arms across to that ankle. Finding a sense of comfort, finding that sense of letting go. At the same time, we maintain the strength of our foundation. Just one more breath. In your own time, in your own way, we pivot. Flat hands if you can as you slide back to your plank. Walking your hands back a second time as we fold into Padangusthasana. So peace fingers around your big toe. Take a breath in together to find length. And on your exhalation, forward folding. Looking between the knees. Bending the knees as much as you need. And if you feel safe, a slight shift into the balls of your feet. One deep breath remaining. On the inhalation, we lift heads, we lift hearts, we look forward. We ground the hands, we spin the toes out, and we revisit Malasana a second time. Variation 1, please feel free to take a seat. Variation 2, resting with hands at prayer, or grounding into that hand, right hand as you lift the left arm towards ceiling. Option to take a half bind by bringing right arm behind, or taking that full bind by bringing the left arm as well. Spinning the eye gaze to look over left shoulder, staying just for 2 more breaths. 1 more. Ready? Releasing your half bind, your full bind. Grounding hands, realigning feet as you lift your head, lift your heart. Walking your way back to your plank position. Take a deep breath in before charging your legs and lowering halfway. Toes remain tucked, expand and open through the front as we ease our way up and back. 1 deep breath in. On the exhalation, we're ready to walk or hop our way. Breathe in, lengthen, lift. Breathing out to let it go. Rising to standing, energize as you press the fingers. Releasing hands to your home at your heart center. Just building on it one last time through. Finding floor, finding ceiling. And then releasing the crown of the head towards the ground. Breathe in. How long could you be? And on the exhalation, stepping or hopping as we lower straight and strong. Finding expansion through the heart. And then releasing up and back to your down dog. Right leg ready. On the inhalation, let it lift a little or a lot. On your exhalation, right knee, right elbow, pause. On the inhalation, find the lift of the right leg again. As we come through the midline of the body, pause, and this time let's thread that leg through. Variation 1, fallen triangle, just stay here. Variation 2, maybe picking up that leg. There's 2 breaths remaining. Can you smile at the same time? 1 more breath in. On the exhalation, hand to the floor, knee to chest. Lifting once more through the right leg before landing between the hands. Position your fingertips, begin to lift through the back leg, finding that length through the crown to the heel. Staying exactly as you are, or for 1 more option, right hand to the right calf, and begin to point the back toes as you bring the chest towards the thigh. grounding into the hands, lifting through the heart. Ready, bend your standing leg, preparing for pyramid pose. Straighten the front leg, lengthen the spine, take a breath in before choosing how deeply we move into this posture. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Energize your legs. You ready? The inhalation invites the length. The exhalation, we bend the knee. Right hand to thigh, windmill your way up and over into this modified VR2. Second round, maybe we're lifting through that heel as we deepen into right leg. Feel the strength of your legs. Feel the focus that the breath brings. Taking one more full breath in. On the exhalation, land the heels, sliding your way into Trikonasana. Second round, second variation, taking top hand over if the shoulder allows. The foundation is always the feet. Transfer the strength into your legs, into your core, and then finding length through the torso. One more breath, please. Breathe in. On the exhalation, bending into the knee, that silent yoga clap through the top. Transferring right hand down to right thigh. Revisiting our side bend, but we won't stay as long second time, I promise. Just 2 deep breaths. One more. Sliding right hand to right thigh if you're not already there. Lengthen the legs, pivot the toes, and landing through the left hand. You know where to go. Spin your torso, maybe lifting top hand. Just 2 breaths, second round. One more. This last exhalation gives you the opportunity to go broader, to go more open before threading through towards the left ankle. Walking left hand to find the left calf as we gently draw ourselves in for 2 more breaths. When you are ready, we pivot ourselves around. We ground our hands flat if we can before moving to our high plank. Walking your way back and coming to Padahastasana, so sliding hands underneath the feet. Take a breath in together to find the length within the body before drawing more deeply within yourselves. Shifting the weight slightly forward. The inhalation invites length into the legs. The exhalation is where we find strength. Just one more breath. On your inhalation, lengthen, lift, look forward. Rounding the hands, spinning the toes out. Coming into Malasana one last time at this end. Choosing to stay in prayer. Or your favorite posture always, I know, coming into crow or crane. Maybe choosing to pick up one foot. Maybe choosing to pick up both. Big toes are searching for each other. Your eye gaze is in front of your hands. As you feel the shakiness in the body, you know you can still find the strength to move through this challenge. One more breath before lightly landing. The inhalation will all lengthen and lift before exhaling to fold. Walking yourself forward. We meet for a breath in before exhaling through your chaturanga. Toes remain tucked. Heart remains open. Releasing your way up and back. One breath in. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, stepping or hopping. We lift and lengthen, breath in. Folding, we let it all go. Rising to standing, spread your wings. Releasing hands home. Last time, last round, here we go. Hands to shins, fingertips to floor, look forward. Breathing out to step or hop, lower on knees or toes. Toes remain tucked, energize. Releasing up and back down dog. The left leg rises, moving left knee, left elbow, pause. Breathing in, lift. Come across the line of the body. This time we pause and thread the leg through. Rising through the right hand, maybe lifting through the bottom leg. Staying for 2 breaths, please. Knee to chest, hand to floor. Rising through time, last time, as we step all the way through. Fingertips forward, shifting weight, lifting leg. Please feel free to stay exactly as you are. If you wish, and you took that option on the other side, moving left hand to left calf, pointing right toes, drawing torso to thigh. One breath, please. The inhalation, we all meet with our heads lifted. We navigate our way to pyramid pose. So lengthening through front leg, lengthening through front body before deciding whether you wish to move chin to shin or looking towards your back, big toe. Everyone draws left hip back, right hip forward. Your inhalation will lift your heart, you'll bend your knee, you'll pivot your back heel, grounding left hand as you windmill your way around. Second variation, second round, lifting through the heel as we descend into that left knee. Ground your heel. Make your way into Trikonasana, it always feels so good. Top arm transferring over. Micro bend your left knee, roll the thigh open, back leg straight, rolling the flesh of the right leg in, last breath. Bend your knee, silent yoga clap to celebrate, transferring it down the midline of the body, taking left hand to left thigh, reach through side body, maybe take elbow, maybe take ankle, the same promise, just 2 breaths. Sliding hand to thigh, turning toes slightly pigeon-toed, right hand directly beneath your face. As you spin the torso, try and keep the pelvis level. We do that by anchoring more firmly into the left foot. One last heart-opening breath in. On the exhalation, threading through, moving right hand as well. And just really use the strength of your arms to find that fine line between being comfortable and being challenged. This is your last breath. Beautiful, you ready? Pivoting your way around. See if you can get your hands flat on the floor before you slide to your plank. Walking your way back. Last variation, cupping the back of your calves. Breathe in before bowing forward. Hopefully hamstrings are feeling definitely longer, freer as we continue to explore breath and movement. Do you know what's coming? Of course you do. We've got one more chance at our crow or our crane. Lift your heads, spin your toes out. Option to come into Malasana or to play with crow or crane. Home is the perfect place to work on this posture with a really big pillow underneath your face. Steady eyes, steady body, steady breath as we stay for 2 more. Shaky bodies are a good thing, right? 1 more breath, please. You did it. Grounding, ready. Spin the toes, lift the heart. Walk your way forward. Taking one last chaturanga on your out breath. Taking one last up dog on your in breath. And then let's just land the knees and spin the feet towards the front. Celebrate your efforts, breathe in. And on your exhalation, moving into Paschimottanasana, bend your knees as much as you need. Releasing the head, releasing your efforts. One more breath, please. The inhalation, we lift, we look forward. On the exhalation, we sit back. What would be a yoga class without Navasana? So just sitting really super tall. If your back is sore at all, keep that hand grip. Variation 2, variation 3, just picking feet up slightly off the floor. If it still feels good, shins parallel to the ceiling. Lift your heart, gazing at your big toes for 2 more breaths. 1 more, please. See if you can get your legs to move themselves. Ground your hand, straighten out through your left, tuck in through your right. Make the adjustment once you arrive safely. Again, breath in to really exaggerate the posture before easing our way out. So you might look like that today. Perfect, okay? If you find there's more length in the body, come as deep as you wish. If you're working on your binds, you're taking your right hand across to hold your left wrist. The breath in lengthens us. The breath out deepens us, but your dristi is your big toe. So soften your shoulders. So just taking 2 more breaths here in Janu Sirsasana A. Rolling ribs in, relaxing shoulders. On your exhalation, lift your head, lift your heart. And as you sit back, let's bend into the left knee and take a spinal twist. So hugging that knee to the chest, using your left hand as a second spine, spinning the eye gaze to look over the shoulder, breathing deeply. Keeping the twist in the spine, let's just bring your eyes back. Please reach your right hand to the outer edge of your foot, thumb facing down. Variation 1, just lifting through the hand, resetting the twist. Variation 2, lengthen through that leg. And again, maybe turn to look down the length of that arm. Feeling that beautiful sciatic stretch. 1 more breath, floods the body. And we gently return the eyes and release the leg. 1 last Navasana, so variation 1, variation 2, variation 3. If there's still lots of energy to give, then let's lengthen for 3, for 2, and for 1. Let's get our legs to move themselves. Right leg goes long, left leg tucks in, energize and lengthen spine. Bend this knee as much as you need to come forward, or working towards your bind with left hand coming across, holding right wrist. The dristi is the big toe. The breath is what centers us and guides us. 1 more breath, please. And the inhalation will lift. The exhalation, sitting back, bending into the knee. Hug the knee. Right hand supports you. The breath in finds the lift and the length of the spine. The breath out encourages the rotation. You've got this. Eyes coming home. Flip your thumb, find the outer edge of the foot. Lift your arm, maybe lift the leg as well. And then retake the twist. One last full deep breath in before gently returning your eyes and gently releasing your leg.